all you multi-talented, multitasking, multi-everything people out there. Take it away.
Find your glory, write your story, fearless feet will carry you. Time you own it, take your moment, be a fire burning through. Hustling from night until morning, grinding it out, it won't be long. Feel your power, it's your hour, you inspire, you are strong.
Enjoy your Zoa. No applause? You're all fired.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Money. Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
It's always a good time. That's what the show's about.
That's good.
Really good. Very good.
Coming in hot. Jimmy coming in hot.
It's far from elementary.
Oh.
Good morning, America.
I'm not going to try to strut like Michael or anything.
I have known George a long, long time.
Have you ever gotten him to dance?
Look at that face.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'm in.
That tells you something when Snoop Dogg's in. Michael, George, where?
Ginger loves me like.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Well, hello to you, and you. Welcome into another edition of Lease Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all you here in the building with me. I told y'all, give me a little bit of time, but you guys are going to get a 9-day Fiance Hunt for Love Season 1, Episode 12 after show. It will be a little bit longer, okay, because we had a great evening edition of Lease Virtual Tour Live, but we are here. We've been following this show from the very beginning, and oh my Lord Jesus, I think next episode is the finale, and then hopefully we get a reunion. I feel like, honestly, this could be like a 2-part reunion easily, maybe 3 if we just want extra content, but we'll get to that here in just a little bit. There was a lot to talk about with this one, so let's get to it. Higher is waiting, low is available, but either way, we are live on tour. Let me take down this iconic intro. Yes, indeed. You see that virtual tour background? Yes, you do. You hear that virtual tour music? Yes, you do, rather. And then there is me. Hey, everybody. Welcome in. Glad to have all of you here. Let's get to the getting and doing what we do. This child, there was a lot that went down to this one. My Lord Jesus. I took my extensive notes. So Tiffany and Carlo, right? They didn't meet up last night, right? So Carlo hanged out with Cole, Elise, and Rocky, right? And Carlo hooked up with Elise. Now, for those of you who don't know, Carlo, he did know if he really wanted a woman with kids, right? And so Tiffany was like, I'm gonna see other people, and then Carlo was gonna see other people, and he saw other people. But apparently Elise was not the person she wanted Carlo to see. Tiffany has no words and was hard to open up to him, and it's a fuck you to him. And Tiffany says, you guys seem great together. And Courtney is, making talk with Joe and says Joe has sexy feet and Courtney sells feet pictures. And that is an actual thing, believe it or not. And Carlos said that, Elise felt like she wasn't just something that just felt like we just met along the way. That's the energy that Elise was giving. Carlo thought Elise was a slutty chick. And Tiffany says, don't say that. But little does Tiffany know later on in this episode, she's going to be eating her words about Elise. But let's keep going. And Carlo said his judgments about Elise was absolutely wrong. And Carlo was excited about Tiffany. And Tiffany feels that Carlo was the only person that Elise hooked up with. Here's my thing, right? Tiffany, you have had a love square with Carlo, Rocky, and Jay. But really it's been a triangle with Jay, not Jay, but Carlo and Rocky, right? So it's been Carlo, Rocky, and you. That's the triangle, right? That's the triangle. So why can't Carlo go and have fun with Elise, right? Now I understand, homegirls have a code, homeboys have a code, but in the same token, like, come on now. Like, you're punishing Carlo for exploring, right? Which you do end up later saying, like, I guess I can't really blame him because I did say go explore the people, right? So Tiffany is done with Carlo for now. So then we get to May and Tim. They're gazing romantically at the stars. They got a telescope to see different star constellations. And so May asked Tim, do you know the difference between the Big Dipper versus the Little Dipper and, the star constellation? And Tim says, I think we're not going to see a microorganism. I'm like, dude, that's biology. That's not astrology. But I thought that was funny. May also thought it was funny, and she just needs to get Tim trained on the scientific side. The last date that Tim had was 2 years ago. And the last date that May had was a dinner. May said she was in a relationship that felt like a marriage but never went through it. And the ring that Jennifer got was a recycled engagement ring from another woman. And May does spiritual coaching. So May takes Tim's hands and says about Tim that he's resilient, a go-getter, a warrior, and he has dealt with weaponry, a bow and arrow. And that was the first tool. And he's never told anybody that. And that Tim is about money and success. And I love what Tim said about money and success. He's like, it's not so much about how big I can be, but it's about financial stability. And I'm here for that. I think there's a difference between, being arrogant with your wealth, but it's a difference between being arrogant with your wealth versus being responsible with your wealth. So shout out to Tim for that. May is enjoying the conversation, and Tim asked for a second date. And so they're going to have a second date, and maybe there might be games on this next date. And Tim's thinking about his long-term future. So shout out to Tim. Good stuff. So then we have Usman, Rob, and Tim getting ready for the day. They play some soccer. It looks like soccer. Shantel, Courtney, and Tiffany talk. Tiffany was excited to go exclusive with Carlo, but Carlo is now having second thoughts. Now, here's the thing, right? When men do this to women all the time. Why did you go after him? Why did you go after him and do this and that? Here's the thing. If you're not investing in her, somebody else is going to invest in her, and vice versa with a man. So if you're telling me that we need to go see other people, I go see other people, I develop a connection, you can't really be upset with that. Right? That's just how I feel about it. But this was a back and forth thing, right? And Tiffany finally felt like she could open up. So this was a developing connection. Colt is in a room in Cancun and is recovering. As you guys know, Colt slipped on Courtney's step in her room because it was raining. And so he had to go get his, leg. He had to get surgery on his leg. So he is now in Cancun recovering. And Colt is saying nice words in Spanish. And Courtney says that she is going to take his Spanish app away. And Courtney seems like she has a connection with Colt and wants to see if it's more than empathy. I really like Courtney. I really think they could be something together. But in this day, it gets a little wonky. So let's get to it. Colt is living here and there. He has his car, at least, and he's a nomad traveler. So a nomad traveler, they just live where they live, right? Colt lost his job, and he probably lost his job during the pandemic because there was a lot of people that lost their job during the pandemic, right? Courtney says it's raining red flags right now, and she doesn't know where to go with this, but she also sees the heart of Colt. And, Colt has not been the smoothest dude on the show. But I will say I'd rather hang out with Colt than Big Ed. Just keeping it up. Colt did cheat on Vanessa. He has not done right by most of the people in his life. And also, too, he's a mama's boy. But I do like that this season, right, on this particular franchise, Colt has found his balls. And he is being a man. He's being purposefully vulnerable, but also too he's recognizing his geekiness and his awkwardness and his out of placeness, and he's not running away from it. And so I appreciate that about Colt there. So Tiffany is more confused. So Carlo wants to talk to Tiffany. Tiffany's head is saying no, but her heart is saying yes. It scared Carlo when Tiffany showed no emotion when it came to excuse me, sorry y'all. When it came to, Carlo telling Tiffany about what happened with him and Elise. And that would scare me too if I told somebody genuinely, honestly, and openly that I had sex with somebody else and we were exploring connection. I would be hurt too if they didn't have no emotion. Now, at least Carlo was honest. You know what I mean? At least for now. We'll get to that a little bit later. So Carlos is always thinking of the why not. How could this not work? How could that not work? And wants to explore this connection. Tiffany won't let Carlo make her look like an idiot or disrespect her. And Carlo has a deep emotional attachment to Tiffany. Tiffany is on the fucking fence, but Carlo is not off the table. And this is what happens when you bring people together. I mean, the power of free will is a dangerous tool. Is a powerful tool and dangerous weapon, right? So at the beginning and end of the day, I honestly thought that really no couples would actually leave here together. Like the strongest connection that I see is Colt and Courtney, right? That's the biggest one I see. With Tiffany, I see her and Carlo. With Shantel, I think she's going to go back with Ashley. I really do. Now, personally, I think me and Shantel would be a great couple together. I really do. She's intelligent. I'm intelligent. She's beautiful. I'm handsome. She's business-minded. I'm business-minded. So, see, we got similarities in common, right? I would be like the Will Smith picture. You see this? You see all this? This is the best part of the relationship. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, right? So then we get to Nick and Tanya. Nick and Tanya are dating coaches on this retreat. And Elise feels like what the fuck happened because Carlo has not spoken to Elise all day. So, Nick and Tanya ask some questions. What about public sex? Joe, Elise, and the black girl said yes. Some people have said no. And so then the next question was, what's the weirdest place that you've had sex? So Rob got into a accident with his car. And in his total car, him and his girl that he was seeing was fucking. And I'm like, bruh, in a total car, I'm not thinking about eating pussy at that time, nor grabbing it. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing here? I'm like, okay, do I have my head? Are my arms working? Are my legs fine? Do I know where I'm at? Do I know that I'm Braylon Lee? Like, are my eyes working? Like, can I smell? Can I talk? Can I hear? I'm not thinking about that, Rob. So, like, what the heck? That was crazy to me. I've heard a lot of stories, okay? But that one was crazy, okay? Just crazy, just crazy. Carlo doesn't like oral, but he loves giving it. Okay, Carlo. So then, there was a question about positions and would you be upset if only you and your partner could do missionary? And everybody said yes, they would be upset. So Usman had this position called the power bike and used Jennifer to do the power bike. It was awkward. But then there's like this prone position. So Cole said, I need some help. And Cole said to ask Tim, would you like to do it? And then Rob said, in his confessional, well, the rumors about Tim and his sexuality. And Tim very smartly said, Jennifer gets jealous if you grab another woman. So to help out, I helped him out. And Tim, for that, I can applaud you. I can applaud you on that. Because Jennifer should have enough of a conscience to recognize that the world doesn't revolve around her. And honestly, Jennifer's been a headache all season. Like, when this show is over, I am glad never to see Jennifer again. Ever. I'm fine with that. So it looked like stanky leg sex because like Cole pushed out Tim's leg and then it was just, when the dance club, do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg. That's what I literally have in my notes, right? So then, like I said, Tim doesn't give a fuck about the rumors and Jen gets jealous of another woman. If another woman gets grabbed on besides her, that's very true. The next question from Nick and Tanya was, if your partner had a past of same-sex connections or relationships, would you be upset with that? It was a mix of red and green. Tiffany said if that person is both into men and women, it's a no. I want him to be about me and only me, about women only. Rob has no problem. Shantel said that she keeps an open mind, and Joe said keep it behind closed doors. And Shantel is let down by Joe's, response because he's open about butt sex and this, that, and the third. And I was kind of let down by Joe too, because it's like, bruh, you were pretty open about your preferences. And honestly, like at this point, love who you love, man. Like, honestly, if anybody is hating on love, they just got hate in them. That's just an internal reflection of how broken they are. Sincerely. If you cannot stand that people are trying to work on things, fix things, and become better people, then that's just an internal reflection that you are broken, you are tragic, and you are a waste of life that should have been swallowed by your fucking mother. What of it? Just saying. How can you hate of people rising up to be better? How can you hate about people having their mental health intact? How can you hate people being able to wake up and go sleep every day in peace while you in peace? That makes no sense. Your behavior is diminishing your message, in the words of Ayala Vance. Your behavior is diminishing your message, in the words of Ayala Vance. Your behavior is diminishing your message, in the words of Ayala Vance. See, that's like some people that write a check that their ass can't cash, when the message wasn't even for them to pick it up, but they wanted to pick it up anyway so they could be a victim. But really, they're the bully. Listen, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But if you let it fly, it must apply. Okay? All right. Just, I don't get people who hate on others trying to do good in life. I don't get that. It just goes to show you have nothing going on in your life. I sincerely don't get that. So with Joe, I just felt disappointed, man. I really did. And Chantel feels like she wants to lean into this lifestyle with Ashley and see what can be with her. Now, for those of you who don't know, before Chantel went to Tulum, Chantel was hanging out with Ashley one night. Ashley kissed Chantel and Chantel kissed Ashley. Basically, Chantel kissed the girl and she liked it. Took off her cherry chapstick. It felt so wrong. It felt so right. Chantel liked it. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. So Tiffany better learn things early. That's what she took away from this session, because Nick and Tanya asked, what lessons did you learn from this? And Tiffany says it's better to learn things early, because the deeper you are into the relationship and things pop up, that you can't really handle it later on because you never talked it out. Carlo is sweating bullets because he feels like he's going to lose somebody who matters to him. And I feel like this, if Tiffany really is that supportive of a person, she should understand that Tiffany is grown, Elise is grown, Carlo is grown. And it's not like he was trying to hide it from you or anything. And sometimes if there's not a space of comfortability to have a conversation, why would you go talk to a person that's going to rain hell on you? Sincerely. Why would I go into a lion's den when I'm going to beat the meat? That makes no sense, right? So, and like I said, Tiffany has a right to feel how she feels, because there should have been a friendship also too. You can't be upset when you were also going between two men. Hypocrisy much? Not the Latina audacity, the Latina hypocrisy, the Latina imagination for you to do what you want to do, but everybody else can't do what they want to do. Just keep it a buck. Just keep it a buck. Just keep it a buck. So then Colt and Courtney talk. Courtney is feeling unsure about this, about their connection. Colt wants to move forward, and Colt may have fucked this up by saying that he was homeless and this, that, and third. But honestly, I feel like at least you were honest about it. You know, I mean, you didn't have to be honest, but I feel like there's a second chapter for Colt. I feel like Colt could be a 90-day legend. Like this series has redeemed him in a lot of ways, right? So Courtney is getting to the bed with Colt, and Colt is sketching Courtney. And I am loving Courtney in this, like her energy, everything. Now, Courtney thought that Colt was looking at her breasts, at her boobs, but actually Colt was looking at Courtney's pendant, the necklace. And so, Courtney then says, I got some side boob, and Colt was like, oh, we appreciate that. My man, yes indeed. So, y'all, this sketch was so horrible. And Courtney was laughing her ass off. She was laughing until she was crying. And she said that was the nicest thing anyone's ever done for her. And, she loves Colt because she can laugh until she cries. And Colt is funny and sweet. And, Courtney asked what's Colt's plans after the retreat. And, Colt said that he wants to stay until he can at least fly again, maybe a week or two. And Courtney is willing to stay in Mexico to help Colt. All righty. Well, looks like we might have a 90-day fiance wedding coming up on New Year's Eve at 8/7 Central on TLC, and simulcasting live on Discovery Plus and HBO Max. Huh? Okay then, Courtney. Mm-hmm. So then Colt and Courtney, they kiss and cuddle. That was very, very sweet there. So then we're back with Carlo. Carlo, that is. Carlo developed a bond with Tiffany and asked for Tiffany back. And Elise asked a very good question. Why are you having sex with her and giving Elise a teddy bear as well when your heart is attached with Tiffany? And, to ask the question of Whitney Houston, where do broken hearts go? Do they find their way home? Whitney, we have never been able to figure out that answer to that question. Because some broken hearts are still flying, trying to fly. They're in a stagnant position in order to get off the ground. So that's my answer to you, Whitney, in Heaven, who's watching this on Heaven TV. Yes, indeed. There, Carlo acted impulsively. Tiffany said that she was trash. It was beneath her. So when it came to that conversation that Carlo and Tiffany had to pull, that, that decision that you made and the person I thought you were, you are better than that. That was trash. And I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute. Are you really getting upset with a grown ass man? exploring connection, because he could say what you did with Rocky was trash. Exploring that connection was trash, right? Like, come on, there's worse things that can be trash. Like Jennifer, for example, because Jennifer is trash. Moving on. Listen, in the words of Karen Huger, I'm only judging what you give me. These people were on national television. I'm just talking about them, okay? Listen. So, Elise puts on an act to protect herself, and Elise feels like she lost her future and her best friend, and Elise is genuinely hurt. And I feel bad for Elise. Now, I don't think you should like make a future with somebody after 3 weeks on national television. I just think that's a dumbass decision, because what if it breaks up the relationship? Then you're stuck, right? So then Chantel and Tim talk, and Tim says it was a great date with May, and Shantel hasn't had an easy time, and that Shantel has been having these feelings about this particular person. And Shantel tells Tim that it was a woman. Shantel has never dated women, but is attracted to her. And Shantel hasn't given up on men. She likes penetration, and she likes penis. Her words, not mine, okay? That's what Shantel said. But the attraction to Ashley is about her energy. It's more spiritual, right? And nobody in Chantel's family is gay or bisexual. She doesn't know she'll be accepted in church, her friends and family. And Tim says what makes you romantically happy is nobody's business. And Chantel, I'm just going to speak to you right now. If your family and friends only love you based on what they believe you should be, they were never meant to be your friends and family in the first place. Sincerely. Because at this point, like I've said before, there are not bad men, there are not bad women, there are bad people that we pick. And I would rather have a person in my life love on a woman than be with a man that abuses. And vice versa. I'd rather have a man that loves a man rather than a woman abusing him. Because women and men can both abuse people. Let's get that straight. And honestly, to tell you the truth, it's 2025. If you can find somebody to love you for you at this point, go live your life. Please do. Go forth and prosper. Because the biggest ones that talk the most shit are the most broken. Just keep it in a buck. Just keep it in a buck. And you know, some people like to eat off of the plates of other people, off of the meals and courses that they worked hard for, that they didn't have nothing to deal with in terms of cooking it. Some people really got the black dazzle, black rocks, and black imagination to go tell everybody else what to do, but yet they do the thing that they try to drag everybody else for. And child, if you really want to know how somebody is as a happy person, look at how they move. If they say I'm fine, but then they're not fine, if they say it's hard to make content, but yet they don't make any content, you done fucked up now, yeah. And finally, I have really believed this for a very long time. The reason why some people are so concerned about other people's movement is because they don't have the capacity, capability, comprehension of brain cells to create their own movement for their life. Because y'all remember that scene with Tariq, right? With Tariq from, Power, and when Ghost had that weapon to Tariq's head, and when Tariq said, "You're not gonna power me," and because I'm your son, and Ghost said, "When you opened that door, you became an enemy to me. Keep thinking you're smarter than me. Don't ever make that mistake again." Some people think that they are smarter than other people, but when the pressure gets to their head, they're weak as shit. Y'all also remember that scene with Tasha St. Patrick when she said, "Try me, nigga," and Ghost snatched up her soul, and many other situations from Power. See, a lot of people really talk like they're a champion, but they move like an amateur. A lot of people talk like they're a champion, but they move like an amateur. A lot of people talk like they're a champion, but they move as an amateur. So Chantel, to you, my friend, be that champion. Let people have amateur behavior, because those amateurs will never be able to get up to championship level because they won't do the work to be something for themselves. Be you, be in love, go forth and do good. That's what I would say to Chantel, not talk to a child. Moving on. So Courtney's going to the group party for the first time, right? And she has her Colt pillow. Tiffany has nothing to say to Elise. Elise is a backstabber, a liar, and a snake. Chantel calls Ashley, and Ashley's asking questions about Chantel's time on the island and everything else. And Chantel did kiss a lady named Jennifer, and Chantel felt guilty because Chantel felt like she was cheating on Ashley, and Chantel wants to be with Ashley. Ashley feels so wonderful, happy, and plus wants to be with Chantel. And then Chantel says, "How do we have sex?" Hey, Chantel, I think a strap-on, I think a sex swing. There are many tools. Go to adamandeve.com and type in Brainley's Virtual Tour 50 for 50% off your first order, Chantel. I'm joking, Chantel. Don't type that code in. That code does not work. That code does not work, Chantel, and everybody. Don't type in that code. It doesn't work. That was just a smooth live advertisement, okay? I heard scissoring works too. But anyway, that's the end of Chantel. So then Chantel says, maybe we should go on a date first. So then we finally get to the party, right? So Rob, to begin, we're fighting Jennifer all day, and Jennifer has been clinging on to Cole. Uzman and Courtney talk. Uzman is worried about Courtney leaning into Colt. Colt is optimistic about him and Jennifer, and Colt will help Courtney have a conversation. Have a conversation with Uzman, right? Because Courtney is scared to talk to Uzman, right? So, and like I said, conversations are difficult, but conversations will never be of anything of importance until you make the investment to have the conversation, right? So, with that being said, a woman was trying to talk to Uzman. Colt interrupted that conversation. That one felt like, well, damn, I'm just trying to make a connection here. I felt bad for him. So then Courtney's talking to Uzman. Courtney feels that Courtney feels that she's in a tough position. Uzman has been in his room every day, and Courtney is feeling for Colt over Uzman. Courtney feels like she's losing Uzman as a friend, and Uzman for the first time feels like he's been rejected. Let me tell you something. Everybody gets rejected, but eventually everybody gets accepted, bro. You will be fine. And honestly, tell you the truth, like, you say you love Courtney, but like, bruh, like, y'all were only there for 3 weeks. You had one time in Indonesia, right? But nothing came of that. Like, I feel like some people really hold on to the fantasy of who a person could be for them, but they can't handle the reality of what that person is. Because sure, the fantasy of Jill Scott is amazing, but the reality might be different than the fantasy. Can I handle the reality of being with Jill Scott along with, having the fantasy, right? That's a hypothetical situation. Y'all calm down, okay? I know that that's not going to happen. But, child, have you seen the options out here? There's some 50-year-olds that act 20, and there's some year-olds that act 50. Okay? Just keeping it a buck. All right, moving on. So, with that being said, Uzman is in love with Courtney. Tiffany is impressed that Courtney let Uzman know her choice. Courtney feels bad for Carlo because, she went through the same thing with Uzman and Colt. And Tim is going on the best friend path that, Elise should have been there. Courtney and Elise are talking, and Tiffany has lost whatever respect she did have for Elise. And Tiffany and Carlo are talking. Elise, Tiffany, and Carlo are going to talk, but instead it's just Elise and Tiffany. And everyone's listening to the conversation. And Tim said Elise is fake. Now, Tim, I've been on your side all season long, bro. But that was not your place to say that. Because guess what? Elise has got more than your ass on this retreat. Just saying. And then Jennifer is clapping and said that she's trash. Child, you've been going back and forth between Cole and Rob. You can't say shit. You've been doing it at least all season, Jennifer. You have went after Tim on a rampage from the jump of the retreat. And now you want to have the Latina audacity, Latina hypocrisy, Latina imagination to say Alicia's trash. Child, you just as much trash. Stop that shit. Damn. Child, so then Lexi tried to help and, gave credit to Elise for apologizing. And then Elise and Tiffany finally talked by themselves, as they should have the whole time, and squashed it because apparently Carlo went back to Elise a couple of times during that night. Tiffany is done. Carlo left some things out. Cole is proud of Carlo for taking that. And, Jennifer said that, Cole would not have done what Carlo had done. You know what? I really wonder if Cole went after somebody else, would you be okay with it? Because then guess what? Jennifer asked May, what were you doing coming out of Rob's room last night? So you're going to get on to Cole by saying you want to do what Carlo did, but yet you get on to Rob. None of y'all are married. So Jennifer is doing too much overthinking about May and Rob. Rob is feeling like the fuck boy. Is feeling like a fuck boy for Jennifer. And she's making that up in her mind to let Rob go over to Cole. And, Cole and Rob are getting into it. And Rob brings up a good point. So you can do two guys, but I can't even hang out with a girl. So then we get into the previous, the final part before your final choice, before decision to make your final choices. So Courtney talks to everybody about her and Colt. Usman thinks that Colt is a scammer. Now, Usman, I know you're not talking when you went with Kimbali and got a PS5, bruh, and everything else, and she was your sugar mama. You want to talk about who's really a scammer, bruh? Shut the fuck up. Colt was honest about his situation, bruh. Just because you're not in that position now, Soldier Boy, doesn't mean you could not be homeless. So shut the fuck up. I'm sick of your shit. Moving on. So Rob and Jennifer, they get into it about, Rob and May and Jennifer and Cole. Like, y'all both talk to other people. Y'all on a dating retreat. What the fuck is this shit? Damn. I can't. Jesus. So then Rocky and Tiffany, they still are flirty, and Tiffany can't let go of Carlo. Carlo says, I've never meant to hurt you. Jen and Elise get into it over a bracelet. So apparently Rob gave a bracelet to Elise, and now it's on Jennifer's wrist. And then it is decision night. Ciao. What an episode that was, okay? That was your 90 Day Fiance Season 1, Episode 12 after show review. Child, that was a lot. Caramba. Mamma mia. What the whaty? Like, man, like I said, I feel like the best moment from this episode was really Shantel coming out about her sexuality. I was so damn proud of her for doing that. Because it's never easy to be able to share something on your heart without feeling judged. You know what I mean? Honestly, I would have been that same way. And not just because I like Chantel, but because I believe as long as you're not stealing, bullying, hurting, this, that, and the third, anybody, live your life. Society doesn't follow their own rules. So why should you? Like, sincerely, like, what are we doing? This is Reebok. There's Nike. There's Adidas. There's Puma. Everybody has a different shoe, but they don't hate any other shoe company. Like, good damn, a rising tide lifts all boats. But yet it'll be the same people that say, I don't hate anybody, that will be the first one to take all the boats down so they can be the only boat. Child. That's like naming yourself unpopular opinion, thinking you're going to become a popular person in the world. Child, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I just can't do it. So anyway, 5 people in the building. Thank y'all so much. I'm going to take y'all up to the 40-minute mark, and then we'll take a commercial break, child. That was a good episode. That was a very, very good episode. Like I said, hopefully we'll get a reunion. If we do, I will be back here for it. You guys have been absolutely amazing on these 90-Day Fiance Hunt for Love after show reviews. So, yes, indeed. With that being said, we're going to take a little commercial break, and we'll be back with more Brilliance Virtual Tour Live. We are live on tour. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be back right after this. Roll it!
Beyond this gate, find gardens green and epic worlds to fill your dreams.
There's really no secret about our approach. We keep moving forward,
with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
In Disney's 102-year history, there have been many defining moments and countless achievements. Today, we celebrate another thrilling moment, the creation of a spectacular new Disney theme park resort coming to Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi is a place where heritage meets innovation, a place where we preserve our past while designing the future.
Bringing a Disney theme park resort to Yas Island, Abu Dhabi marks a historic milestone in our journey as a global family destination.
The 7th Disney theme park resort destination represents a new frontier in theme park ambitions. Our resort in Abu Dhabi will be the most advanced and interactive destination in our entire portfolio. The location of our park is incredibly unique. It's anchored by a beautiful waterfront, which will allow us to tell our stories in completely new ways. Ultimately, this project will be a celebration of what's possible when creativity and progress come together.
What we are creating with Disney and Abu Dhabi is a whole new world of imagination, an experience that will inspire generations across the region and the world.
This collaboration represents a powerful fusion of Disney's unmatched legacy in storytelling and Miral's commitment to bringing world-class entertainment to our guests.
Abu Dhabi's vision for the future is to create a legacy for generations to come.
Disneyland Abu Dhabi will be authentically Disney and distinctly Emirati. An oasis of extraordinary Disney entertainment at this crossroads of the world. It will bring to life our timeless characters and stories in many new ways, becoming a source of joy and inspiration for the people of this vast region to enjoy for generations to come.
Introducing the greatest escape in the Caribbean, the island you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Great Life on Great Stirrup Cay. This is the greatest pool you've ever seen life, 28,000 square feet of it, and the epic water park life. It's where you can truly experience the whoa life and the floating through paradise life. It's time to escape to a mind-blowing, sky-high tower of water slides and the Here We Go life. Escape to the One More Please Wherever You Please life and kick it into high gear. Escape to where you can kick back and relax. The great life is waiting. Escape to the incredible new Great Stirrup Cay, only with Norwegian Cruise Line.
I'm loving it.
And I'm loving y'all right back. Welcome back into Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. I cannot wait for that island at Great Stirrup Cay to be built up. That will be happening next year in 2026, so literally a year out. That is going to be such a fun island to go to. Yes, indeed, there. So it looks like it's going to be a good time. Like I said, I want to come on, I want to give y'all that review. You guys have been so supportive. Like I said, I genuinely love 90 Day Fiance. The problem with 90 Day Fiance sometimes is, man, listen, it's bob and weave. You know what I mean? It's bob and weave with that show, because sometimes those cast members will piss you the hell off sometimes, where you got to take a break. But it is absolutely wonderful to be able to cover that show. And I hope that they bring it back. I really, really do. I hope they bring it back and they bring in other cast members and stuff like that. And it's a good show. It's a really, really good show. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed this show. I really did. I'm sad that it's almost over. But of course, as you guys know, we got the Braxtons coming up. We are still reviewing King's Court. We got Hard Hustle Houston to review on Sunday. And of course, we have Ready to Love as well. So, by the way, nothing comes on at 8/7 Central on Saturday. Nothing. Nothing. Now, Hard Hustle Houston comes on at 9. Okay, that comes on at 9, 8 Central. Okay, so watch that. Okay, so watch that. Coming on at 8, 7 Central. Okay, not a thing. You ain't missing nothing. Promise you're not. Saturdays on watch Hard Hustle Houston. That show. Watch that. Okay, all right. So listen, people are actually liking that show. So they are in 2 episodes. People have more of an affinity for that show than the thing that don't come on. The thing that comes on at 8, 7 Central. It comes on, but nobody's watching it. And by the way, when a show is on, numbers fluctuate up and down. So I mean, I guess to have content do it, but like that's nothing. Like ratings fluctuate up and down. That's like American Idol. Like back in the day, they used to have like 30 million viewers. Now it's like they get 10 million. It's like a win. So like that's not a story. Cute attempt for content, but that's not really content though. But hey, who am I? Content's in the eye of the beholder, right? Because as Anonymous T would say, rather, shout out to Anonymous T.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content. Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
One more time, Anonymous T.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
That's what I thought. As the fireworks are going off, ladies and gentlemen, like, listen, do what you want to do, child. But like, the real test will be if it gets renewed. That will be the real test. Till that time, it's on TV just like anything else. Just keep it up, but so, isn't that beautiful? That's nice. That's nice right there. Yes, indeed. There. So yep, we are just chillaxing here. Gonna give y'all a full-fledged hour before I cut off the camera here. But yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. So the next episode I think will be the season finale, and then after that will probably be the reunion. So we'll cover that here shortly. So yeah. Like I said, I thank everybody for coming through. And listen, if you fell away because of what I said, listen, it's called an opinion. Everybody has one, okay? Good Lord Jesus. Good Lord Jesus. So, man. Lord. I gotta watch Binge-Worthy because apparently there's some ROA 17 rumors and confirmed cast T. Nene Leakes is not coming to Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's what they're saying. So, but you know what? I think Nene Leakes definitely deserves to be on season 17, but yes, indeed. So, man. Oh man, I love how if you just sit back, be in your gift, and just keep moving forward, things turn out the way they're supposed to. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, 3 people, welcome in. We're just chillaxing here. Yes, indeed. Talking about 90 Day Fiance, Hunt for Love. We did that about 40 minutes ago. A great episode. We have one more episode, and then we have the reunion. Like I said, really have enjoyed this show, and hopefully we see a spinoff with some of these people. Now, I want the family Shantel. I want Colt Courtney. I want those two spinoff shows on the double TLC. Okay. The family Chantel, I think it could come back, especially with the storyline about Chantel and Ashley, and Chantel exploring, who she is by herself for the first time after, her divorce from Pedro. I think that would be a great show. So yes, indeed. There. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all, I want to take one more commercial break, and we'll be back right after this. Roll it.
Come with me if you want to live a more delicious life.
Oh, maybe we should get in the van.
In this world, we don't get to control much. The past, male pattern baldness.
What yeast?
Got one right now. The urge to puff that bubble wrap. But there is one thing we do get to choose every single day: what we eat. Welcome to the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment. We have everything you want, didn't know you wanted, and some things you didn't know were possible. Because we believe if you're not having fun, you're not living free. So come on, let's live a little.
I finally did it. Popeye's new chicken sandwich. I've been trying to make the perfect chicken sandwich forever.
How does that make you feel?
You know me, it had to be just right. Finding a bun as good as my chicken was not easy. I mean, I did it, obviously.
I think we've made a lot of progress here. I feel great. Good talk. I'm proud of you.
My new chicken sandwich is buttermilk battered and served on toasted brioche. Try it in spicy or classic.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Welcome to Universal's Volcano Bay. A new wave of theme park. A new kind of paradise. Here, time doesn't fly. It simply floats by. And when it's your time to ride, you go right to the slide. Yep, paradise works in amazing ways. You're welcome. Volcano Bay. One of 3 amazing theme parks at Universal Orlando Resort.
Power 923 Jams and the Arkansas Minority Health Commission encourages you to take the COVID-19 vaccine to help keep you and your loved ones safe. Involved in our community, the People Station, Power 923 Jams. KIPR Pine Bluff, Little Rock, KFOG, Little Rock, a Cumulus Media Station. And now, back to the jams. Hip-hop. Drake.
Girls want girls where I'm from. Yeah, well, girls want girls where
R&B. J. Howell.
Just 'cause I love you and you love me.
And now, bumping back-to-back continuous music with another fresh new jam. Heard here first on the People Station, Power 923 Jams. Power.
I'm loving it.
Right back. Welcome back into Brainley's Virtual Tour Live. Glad to have all of you here. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, everybody. So just chillaxing here. Just chillaxing, y'all. Just chillaxing. Oh, man. Yes, indeed, y'all. Today's been a good day. Got me some groceries, took care of some business. Just been making it do what it do, man. Just really, really have been enjoying my peace, my joy, and putting the free in my freedom. That's a gift. That's a gift. That is truly a gift. Just checking on anything. So yes, indeed. There, one more minute, and then I'll cut off my camera, and we'll be chilling out here in just a little bit. So, oh man, what a day! Yes, indeed. So, it's been a long, long day, y'all. Yes, indeed. All right, y'all. It's been 1 hour. I'm gonna turn off my camera now because we done Health Show for over an hour. Yes, we have. Yes, we have. So yes, indeed. So, oh man. So yeah, we're just chillaxing, y'all. Man. Sorry, y'all. Give me one momento, y'all. Okay. Yes, indeed. Hey, 4 people welcome in now. 3 people welcome in. Glad to have you here. Hopefully all is well with all of y'all. Yes, indeed. Just chillaxing. That was a good after show. I really enjoyed that. Now, y'all, I don't know why I'm gonna get into 90 Day Fiance again. It's gotta be the right show. It's gotta be the right cast, because sometimes it's just annoying. It really, really is. It is just annoying. Just annoying. But I do think the show has done a lot more good than bad. I think it goes to show you that everybody's trying to find love wherever they are in the world. You know what I mean? So, give me one moment, y'all. I'm still right here with y'all. Sorry, y'all. I'm still here with y'all. Yes, indeed. So, like I said, I already did the Daily Motivator during the 6 o'clock edition. So please go back and watch that. It's the one titled BET. Wendy Williams Let me see what it's out, child. So that live that I did was BET, Texas, Caesar's Palace, Wendy Williams, Derek Holt, Carrie Underwood, and Miss Black North America. So go back to that one. I literally just did that 2 hours ago, and you can watch the Daily Motivator at the end of that one. So this one was just 90 Day Fiance, and I promised y'all that just give me some time, and I'll make it do what it do. You know what I mean? So. So, yeah. All right, y'all, that is it for me. I think I'm going to go ahead out. With that being said, know what you do and do what you know. Never say you want more special, because you will always want a blessing. Trust you may not be where you want to be. By the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Do what you've been chosen to do. Wise one thing to call yourself is nothing but chosen. One love, much love, all love. I spend time with you. You spend time with me. And hopefully by spending time together, we're something great together. And always remember, we're doing radio, television, YouTube, living your best life, or you're just being Shantel and growing with yourself. Make sure the replay is not just for you watch it, not just for you listen to it, but if you want the spirit to again, I love you, I value, I embrace you all. Always remember, receive love, you gotta give it, receive love, you gotta give it, and receive love, you gotta give it wherever obstacles you will come, where success you have achieved about this particular day. I'm extremely proud of you, but no one's proud of you. Be proud of your damn self. And finally, y'all, listen, with this show, I think it goes to show you that no matter whether you have all the circumstances to potentially be in love or you ain't got like that, love is hard to find, keep, and hold on to. If you don't know nothing else, love the love that is loving back on you. Commercial break and fireworks coming your way for the day that was, for the day that's come, for the blessings on the way for you, me, always, as a society, as people, as culture. I feel love. I said right back to you. Good night, everybody. Love you all. Bye-bye.
I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you, they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner. I thought I should tell you they've been talking about you. Yeah, they've been talking about you. They've been talking about the fact that they've done everything they could to stop you and everything they could to block you, but you still win. They've been talking about the fact that they have undermined your success and they have tried to sabotage your seasons, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that even though they don't like each other, they get together to try to kill you, but you keep winning. They've been talking about the fact that you were voted least likely to succeed, but like cream, you keep rising to the top. They've been talking about how they tried to burn your world down, but like the phoenix, you rose from the ashes. They've been talking about you. And you know what they say? Oh, she's just lucky. He's just lucky. But no, you ain't lucky. You're anointed. You got something on you. You got favor on you. You got power on you. You were born to win. Now they can call it luck, but it's grace. They can call it luck, but it's favor. But whatever they call it, it doesn't matter, because you know what God calls you? Do you know what God calls you? A winner.
Good evening. My name is Mark Woodbury. I'm the chairman and CEO of Universal Destinations and Experiences. Well, we're finally here. Tomorrow we begin a new chapter at Universal Orlando Resort as we open Epic Universe. We built this place for you. I want to thank you, our fans, for your love of our stories, characters, and immersive experiences that inspired this incredible place. Epic Universe represents over 8 years of meticulous planning, immense creativity, and innovation, combined with unmatched craftsmanship and operational excellence on the part of thousands of people who have brought to life the stories and characters that live beyond each of Epic's portals. But it represents so much more. Your love of Universal and the deep connections we've shared together here in Orlando over the past 30 years inspired us to dream bigger and to push the boundaries to create something extraordinary for you and for generations of fans and families to come. And tomorrow, as we open Epic Universe, I can't wait for you to experience this place for yourself. Now it's your turn to step inside, to lose yourself, and to share this place with the ones you love most. As we open this park, we hope your world becomes a little more epic. Tomorrow, Epic Universe becomes yours.
Prepare for a journey beyond imagination, beyond belief, beyond anything you've experienced before. Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park where you'll step through extraordinary portals to 5 immersive worlds. Prepare for a cosmic voyage of discovery, an isle of fire-breathing excitement, a shadowy world of monsters and mystery, new wonders in the wizarding world, and a new way to play. Plus the splendor of a magnificent resort hotel overlooking the park. It's all new excitement at Universal Orlando Resort. A week's worth of vacation thrills with 4 amazing theme parks, a variety of spectacular themed hotels, and incredible dining and entertainment. It's all at Universal Orlando Resort, where you'll find new adventures every day. Explore the astonishing worlds of Universal Epic Universe at Universal Orlando Resort.
Because here's the thing, a good streamer can find other content.
Child Redman over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Redman over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time. Child Redman over there doing his thing, minding his GD business, staying out of trouble, trying to get the folks some positive stuff to talk about. Besides lying all the damn time.